All right, now the deficit panicans need to stop fear-mongering and learn to love growth. And that's the subject of this riff. While Republicans on Capitol Hill work towards passing President Trump's one big, beautiful bill with work and investment tax cut incentives, along with significant deregulation and depreciation bonuses for equipment and factories, you hear a lot of talk from liberals that the legislation is going to cause high budget deficits, which in turn will crowd out investment, drive up interest rates, and actually depress economic growth. Well, we've heard the same exact fear-mongering during the JFK tax cuts, during the Reagan tax cuts, during the Bill Clinton tax cuts, and of course, President Trump's first-term tax cuts. None of the fears ever panned out. Actually, the nub of the debate is the so-called link between budget deficits and interest rates. Now, models from the Congressional Budget Office and the Penn-Wharton model both argue that bigger deficits create higher interest rates. Sorry, they are wrong. Actually, a very good case could be made for the inverse, the opposite, that higher deficits actually lead to lower interest rates, and lower deficits lead to higher interest rates. So how's this possible? Well, stay with me on it. Larger deficits come from weak or even recessionary economic growth. That triggers automatic spending stabilizers in the budget. It also sinks revenues from higher unemployment and falling corporate profits and fewer people working. Now, on the other hand, strong economic growth reduces the demand for budget assistance programs, and it increases revenues as more people work and businesses deliver higher profits. Now, it's quite true that today we have high budget deficits and the federal debt to GDP ratio is about 100%. Yeah, but if you go back to the 1970s, the debt to GDP ratio was at nearly an all-time low of about 25%. But wait a minute, that was during a terrible economy with repeated recessions and hyperinflation and skyrocketing interest rates under Nixon, Ford, and Carter. So be careful what you wish for. Now let's turn to a longer historical perspective. From 1947 to the year 2000, that's over 50 years, the U.S. economy grew at around 3.5% per year. Now, over the past 25 years, economic growth slowed to only 2.5% per year. So we have larger deficits and more debt, but it's because the economy slowed so much. Now, you can look at specific periods. For example, during the Reagan recovery years, real GDP increased roughly 5% per year. But interest rates were much higher, averaging close to 10% on the bellwether 10-year Treasury bond. That's right, they averaged 10%. During Bill Clinton's second term, aided by the Gingrich Congress, real growth averaged 4.4%, but the 10-year bond averaged 6%. Today's 10-year is about 4.5%, much lower than the Clinton years or the Reagan years, when growth then was a lot higher than it is now. During the Clinton years, by the way, deficits shrank. The budget was nearly balanced, but interest rates remain relatively high. I think there are two reasons for this and for today's high deficits and debt. First of all, economic growth has slowed during the past 25 years, as I said. Second, we've had two terms of the very liberal Obama administration. We've had COVID, and then one term of an even more liberal Biden administration. So while economic growth was slowing and the automatic spending stabilizers kicked in, but on top of that, there were massive increases in entitlements. And those Clinton-Gingrich welfare to workfare reforms was changed to workfare out, welfare in. All I'm pointing out here is that there's no reason to assume that tax cuts will lead to deficits that will necessarily drive up interest rates. I would argue growthier tax cuts will keep short rates and inflation low, while long rates are going to be about steady. Even more, I would argue that a return to 3.5% growth, rather than the under 2% estimates from CBO, that will go a long way towards reducing all the ratios: spending to GDP, deficits to GDP, debt to GDP. They'll all move lower, which is a very good thing. In other words, put the fear-mongering aside. Let economic growth solve our problems. And that's the riff. All right.